Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California. Really quick, we're going to go over our team training, get Wes introduced to you guys, and hopefully give you a better understanding of what is involved with the team training, how we can help you out, and get you all set up for our 7-day trial. Will really be the end goal of this video, and also get you on a phone call with Wes.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to start this out, I know a lot of you guys already know Morey, a lot of his background, but I want to kind of introduce myself so that you can better know who the face is behind all the programming for each team. So my name is Wesley, as he said. I have about 6 years of personal training experience and a little over a year of experience working with teams on an individual basis. Personally, I'm also a competitive powerlifter, so I'm very well versed in a lot of the lifts that we're going to be using with your teams and a lot of experience on how we can tweak those on an individual basis. I love working with teams. I love especially working with coaches so that we can better the athletes and get you guys to the playoffs.
Yeah, and Wes for the Performance Lab has done a really, really great job of being able to build out a lot of the different online programs that we have and assist in a lot of the athletes. So I do much more of the biomechanical stuff, break down the individual, can give you a better explanation of how you can throw better, run faster, things like that. And then we lean a lot on Wes to be able to deliver some of that information into a program that makes sense for the individual athlete or the individual team. And that's really what we want to go more into, and some of the success that we have. I know I work a lot with Chaminade High School, who made it to the championship in Division II in California, as does Wes. He does a lot of work over there as well as Cleveland, who was the West Valley League champion in baseball last season. And we also work with Birmingham, who made the playoffs, and also worked with Skipstone Warriors over in Georgia. So really this concept of being able to come from a team perspective and working online, I think is something that we've been very, very passionate about, been able to build, and have had a lot of success. And I know you want to go a little bit into at least some of the success with Skipstone in Georgia.
Absolutely. So yeah, just through the time that we've spent with these teams, we've learned a lot on what really matters. And I think at the top of it is not necessarily strength. It's really about injury prevention.
Yeah.
We want the players to be on the field as much as possible because that's where they're going to learn the skills that they can best apply to the actual sport. So when it comes down to Skipstone, a huge thing that we really want to highlight is the fact that last year, unfortunately they had 5 ACL injuries, which took out those players for a decent amount of the season. And this year we're actually very happy to report that 0 players had any type of ACL injury. And by happenstance, they also made it to the playoffs this year. So I think that definitely has something to do with it. And a big thing that we do is focus on that injury prevention side.
Yeah. And one of the things that, to go off of that, where we've, I think, really been able to have a lot of benefit for programs and had a lot of success with programs, is the optimization of that 60 to 75 minutes within the workout. Because a lot of coaches, the big focus is going to be on squat and deadlift and bench press and how much what you could push press and some of those lifts, which are what we focus on as well with the cleans. But we also do a good job of being able to keep everybody moving by adding in supplemental or correctives, is what we call it, which makes it so you can address some of these issues before they come issues. So we'll work on ankle range of motion, hip strength, overall back range of motion, and give some support in the core and shoulder range of motion, things like that, which will help in ensuring that the athletes will be able to stay healthy by adding a great foundation with them to be able to really have success within those lifts. And so I don't know if you want to speak a little bit more on that or transition into a little bit about the trial.
No, I think that is actually a perfect segue into why we do a 7-day trial for the program. Basically what we're going to do is I'm going to have a call with each of you guys, the coaches, and we're going to really find out what your team needs. Morey was highlighting the corrective exercises. Every player, no matter what sport, should probably be doing some type of push exercise, pull exercise, like a deadlift, a squat variation to strengthen them up. But at the same time, each individual athlete is going to need something different. why can't this athlete squat more versus why can't this athlete squat more? And that's where these correctives come in, and where the 7-day trial is a great way for me to learn what each of your athletes needs on an individual basis. With the Train Heroic app, which I'm sure we'll talk about more, we're able to go into the app and see every athlete, what they're excelling at and maybe what they're not excelling at. We can really go in, okay, hey, Johnny over here, he's doing great on the squats, but his deadlifts are subpar, versus, Sam over here, his deadlifts are great, but his squats are subpar. And I'm able to bring in the different corrective exercises so that it can supplement both of those athletes. Also, we get to better know your schedule. I know every team has a different schedule. He was talking about Skipstone over in Georgia. They definitely have a different schedule than we do over here, whether it's weather, whatnot. I'm there to help us find the best program for your team and each athlete.
Yeah. And that's where the, going back into Train Heroic, that's what I really like about Train Heroic, is there gives a lot of great communication between the coach and the individual athlete, as well as a lot of overall understanding within the app, because there's certain videos that they have within there, and then with Max's, we'll be able to coordinate that and make it so based off the Max's, the workouts are tailored specifically to the individual athlete, which I think is super beneficial in creating a progression throughout the year and season, and for the different teams. So there's a lot of freedom within the Train Heroic app that makes it so that seems like it's the best app that we've found for what we're doing within the team training. And that's why I think that this service is really good and a really good option, just because it helps us provide that higher level of overall customer service, where you're actually going to be working with an individual here, you're actually working with people here, you're actually going to be you're not just subscribing to something and we'll talk to you in 3 months, 6 months. The follow-up is at least on a monthly, if not 2 times a month.
Even weekly basis, depending on the team.
Especially when we get started.
Absolutely. We want to, at the beginning, front load a lot of the conversations so that we can find out what works best, what puzzle piece fits your team the best. You're talking about customer service, and I think a large part from a trainer perspective of the best customer service is customization. Every single athlete is different, every single team is different, and that's why you need a person behind the program continually customizing the program. It's going to be trial and error at first. We're going to find out what works and what doesn't work, and we're going to find the perfect program that fits your team. I think that's why this is such a great option, and the best option in my mind. And so I think, just to kind of wrap it up here, we'll really just go into the next step, which would be to get you set up on a 7-day trial. Make sure that you can access the app, that your kids can access the app. You can see why what we do is different in the optimization of the time period that we have, and then get on a call with Wes, talk a little bit more about the goals within the team, whether it's adding more strength, more agility, more power, and then we'll talk to you a little bit more about how we're going to utilize that information and to make it so you have your own customized program that will be able to, again, work from an efficiency standpoint, which is more injury prevention, in order to make it so you can reach those goals. Exactly.
All right. So thanks for watching this video, and we look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to talking to you, and look forward to many years of a lot of success.
Love it.
Thanks, Wes.